Good morning. This is Blog Talk Radio, and this is your host, Dr. Deb Carlin, here on the K Factor, where K equals kindness, and the factors are all the things that lead to it. And today, the factor is, you know what it is. Come on, friends. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesdays with Tessa. It's in Greenspan. Good morning, Tessa, Greenspan.
Good morning.
It's another glorious day, isn't it?
It is a glorious day. Every day is a glorious day, and it's really what we decide each day.
It is. And one of the things I love about you is that you are the eternal optimist. I mean, you just insist upon it.
I do. And the thing of it is, it's really a work in progress always. I work on my mind to be this way. And it doesn't mean that there aren't challenges in life, because there are many. The thing of it is, it's what I choose. I choose to make it a good day. I choose to be happy. I choose to be positive and handle the things that come along. But it's the choices that we have.
Yeah,
You know,
really.
we have a choice every single day.
We really do. Cheers to that.
Yes.
I told everybody on social media and on Constant Contact and here on Blog Talk Radio, grab your cuppa.
Yeah.
And cup of whatever, and join us for conversation that is designed to relax you, to inspire you, to make you think and feel in ways that even if there's some bumps along this journey with us where you go, oh yeah, right, it's okay, because those are parts of the notes of life. And this is the song of optimism. And here in 2020, one of the things that Tessa and I have been talking about is, what are you doing in there? What are you doing in there? What are you doing in your house? What are you doing in your home? What are you doing with your time? Huh? I'm sorry, I didn't hear anybody. Oh, I see. You're waiting for us to share with you what we've done. So, Tessa, is it just an absolute annihilation of everybody's life to be in incubation a goodly percentage of the time? Or is there some sort of benefit and opportunity here?
Well, my goal in life is to make the best and find what I can do in this point in time. It doesn't mean, again, that it hasn't, I've been inside too. I decided when it came about that I was going to make the best of this time. I was going to do things that I hadn't had a chance to do, learn things that I hadn't gotten to, and make the very best of this time that I'm inside. And I am loving my life. I have no problem. I am never, ever bored. I have so many things going.
So here's one of the things I love about what you said. You are never bored, and you've got all these things that have been on your to-do list, actually.
Yeah.
Your pace of life. It's not that it was ever frenetic, but you were pretty darn busy getting up, getting ready, doing your morning routine, going to do this, going to do that, different meetings and all that. And now that list is alive for you.
It is. And actually, it's just changed. And I am really enjoying it because, again, I am doing things that I hadn't gotten to. And really, it was a good time to reflect on what's important, what makes me happy, what I can do to make a difference in many people's lives. So it's really, it's been a chance for all of us to slow down and be introspective. And it's really important to do that because we have gotten so busy, and really, if you have kids, the kids are going here and there. It's so important to now really, I think every single person has realized what's really important in life. It's not the things, it's not going here and there and everywhere. It is the relationships, and you can continue that. It also is stopping, knowing how important your family is, knowing, and you, even if you can't go around them, you can Zoom. There are many, and you can talk on the phone if you'd like. So there are many things that I feel personally that this stopping, and actually the world has stopped, this stopping has given us an opportunity to find out what's really important in our life.
So I'm going to wordsmith that just a little bit psychologically. My experience is when I tell people that they need to get still, they go, what do you mean, like stop? No, pause. Because in reality, we are on pause. And I think it is a gift from the heavens for all of us, because in this stillness, we get to see the list. We get to see the list of our desires. We get to see the list of things we've wanted to do, that book we wanted to read, that course we wanted to take. And I love that you're talking about being able to have time to realize what's important. So more than ever, we've worked hard for all of our earthly possessions.
Mhm.
I love the way that, do you know that pool contractors are now so booked because people are realizing I don't need to go to a pool away from my home. I can have a pool built here at my home. I can have the fun center be right outside my kitchen door. Renovators and remodelers and people who are building additions and building new homes even are very busy, because people are saying, you know what, I love my home, I want to add on to it. Or people who are like you and I, we don't need to expand or renovate or do anything to our home.
No.
We're sitting here and saying, wow, you know what, this space is even more exquisite than what I had really ever truly paid attention to. And there is no need to leave. I've got everything I need here. And by the way, I love being on the phone, but I want almost everybody on either FaceTime or Zoom time.
Well, it makes it more friendly. I mean, rather than just hearing something,
Yeah,
seeing and feeling and seeing the energy is
right.
so much more impactful than just hearing somebody on the phone. Yes,
Exactly. So we're sitting in one another's offices every week. I feel like I'm in your home. You feel like you're in my home. So let's talk about what the heck you've done. You said you're taking a course. Tell us some of the fun things you've done. What course?
well, it's on speech and speaking. And my goal is always to get better. But this is with a professor from Webster University that is
Okay.
so great. So there's so many other things. Writing a lot of articles and they're
Well, back
being
up,
published.
back up. Tell us about this speech course with the faculty member at Webster University. Is it a Zoom call that you do?
It is a Zoom call, and we have done so many. I have learned so many new things that
Okay.
I really didn't. So there's so many things. My goal is to be able to touch people's heart
Yeah.
when I'm talking to them, to really be in the moment, and to have the messages that I want to share, that they really get it. And so that is really what my goal is to really get better and better. I don't think that we can ever arrive, but getting better and better at what my goal is. And so it's been great. It's twice a week, and it has been absolutely wonderful. And I have learned so much. I mean,
Give us a couple of tips.
well, it's really, it's the energy that you put out, but it's really the process of speaking. And it is, it's, you tell them what you're telling them, then tell them again. And so all of these little tips are really helpful. And, I'm doing a big speech on Zoom tomorrow.
Right?
So we have practiced, and it's really come along so well.
Really.
And I know that the message that I have will really be far more impactful, much more than if I had not done this. And she is so great. She's been doing it for 25 years. And she's really good.
Wow. And does she do this routinely, or are you a private take-on student?
Well, she takes on private students.
Okay.
She also is a professor, but she does take on private students. And her name is Gina Jensen, and she's at Webster University. She's really very, very good. And again, she's been doing it for so many years. She also teaches theatrics.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh, mhm.
Okay.
So,
So is
but
it Dr. Gina Jensen if people want to Google her?
no, it's just Gina Jensen,
Okay.
Jensen.
Okay.
Um, and
Jensen.
Sen.
Okay. So people could Google her. And
Yes.
then, like we could all write her a note and say thank you because Tessa's pretty interesting.
That's good. That would be really good. Well, she is passionate about what she does, and she's
Yeah.
been doing it for so long, has had really great success with her students and with her private clients. So it really is, it's been a really win-win. And that's my goal in life, is that everything work out in divine order, good for all and harm to none. And that's a win-win. That is my mission in life, that everything, every situation, every person that you're in contact with is
Yeah.
so important for
Yeah.
it to be a win-win.
Yeah. I love that. That's a great mantra. Say it again. Everything in divine order.
Well, the whole thing is,
Yes.
why is everything always working out for me in divine order, good for all and harm to none?
I love that. Because when we ask the brain a question like, why is everything good always happening to me? The brain then searches down those pathways. Let's look for
Exactly.
that. Let's look for that, as opposed to asking a negative question or making a negative statement, which the brain then goes, okay,
That's the absolute truth.
yeah,
And again, when you ask why, your subconscious mind starts searching for all of those why. And it really is amazing. And I would challenge every single person to try that. And if you make it a mantra, you will be amazed at the things that will come to you because you've got your inner being helping you.
okay. So do it one more time, very slowly, and we're going to invite everybody to write it down, capture it, drink it in, and own it.
Okay. All right. Why is everything always working out for me
Ah,
in divine order,
yeah,
good for all
yep.
and harm to none?
Hallelujah.
Yes.
When I am laying in bed and I am listening to the sound of the water or the wind blowing through the trees, I am thinking to myself the ways in which I want to craft my thinking. And I'm telling you, Tessa, you come into my heart and I start to go into coherence between my heart and my mind. And I start thinking, I have every choice in the world.
Yes.
And then I do exactly your mantra. And I love that. Now, I've had to write that thing down 1,000 times. And that's
It
actually a
helps to
really good
write it
thing.
down. It
It
really does help
really,
to write it down
it,
over and over again.
it really does. And for our friends who are listening, listen, you've got time now because you're on hiatus of sorts. Even if you're working from home, you're still on hiatus from the runarounds that you were doing previously. So you have time to pick up a pencil and a piece of paper and actually take your hand to the paper and do hand printing or hand cursive, because there is a beautiful science about the kinesiology between your physical action and the way in which the signals between your mind and your hand are just penetrating so deep into your psyche. It's fabulous. Yes, we
That
put our hands on the keyboard. Okay, groovy, great, very productive, but take time for the things we learned when we were little bitty children, right?
this is so true. And there is something to be said, and it's been proven actually that when you write something, it goes to your brain. There's the energy or whatever it is, and it is really important to write it more than once.
Right.
Why? One of the things that I do is I write every single morning. I have a process. I meditate, then I have my readings, and then I write them. Then I read them to myself.
Right.
And then this is really so helpful to me.
Yeah.
I also have several mantras, the why that I do. every day, all day, nearly, whenever I'm thinking about it. And another thing that that does, if you have concerns or worries or whatever, it takes your concerns and worries away, and you're focusing, because you cannot think of two things at one time. So you're focusing on what's good. Why is everything always working out for me in divine order, good for all and harm to none? And start looking for the things that are working out for you. It is amazing if you're aware. So there are so many things that come to me that I couldn't even conceive.
It is amazing. And you know, one of the things, sort of a funny analogy that I teach people, because you and I are on such a same wavelength, is stop and think about it. First of all, we learn by repetition.
Yes.
You don't get to just do something once. I remember when I was a runner, and my husband and I used to run 6-7 miles a day. And sometimes we'd come home and I'd say, you know, it feels great and we're in really good shape. Wouldn't it be great if we only had to do it once? Your
Mm-hmm.
body's set for life. The repetition is how we learn. But one of the things that people don't often think about, and it's such a truth, is when we have a little puppy, we have to teach that puppy how to walk on a leash, heel, and how to go potty outside. We don't just get to do that once. It's repetition, and we are constantly training and training and training. People spend more hours in a day doing that with a puppy than they allow to train their own mind every day and over the course of their life. But the rewards for training our mind are mightyful, bountiful.
It's so wonderful. And you are so right. Nothing is instant. Nothing. There are so many processes that we can do if we want to improve our lives. There's so
Exactly.
many things that we can do if we want to be happier, if we want to be able to handle the things that come our way. There
Absolutely.
are so many things, and repetition is, you are absolutely right. You know, I didn't get to be positive overnight. I have been working on this for 40 years,
Yeah.
and still I don't feel that I can ever stop, or I
No.
don't want to stop. It's
No.
not
No.
that I choose, and it's, again, it's a choice that we do. I choose to be happy, to be positive, to uplift, and to make a difference in people's lives, to encourage, to inspire, and to be helpful in any way that I can. So it's not one time, it is consistent. And you are absolutely right. It is over and over again.
So you're doing your mantras and you're staying faithful to all of your morning and daily practices, and you're taking this course, but I happen to know that you've done even more. So
Yeah.
tell us another thing.
Well, one of the things that I've done is written a lot of articles, and they're in Thrive Global. There are like 5 articles in Thrive Global. There's some in Gazelle Magazine, which is in St. Louis.
Okay.
There are some that's being submitted to many other places. And so that has been really helpful.
Isn't
Really,
that wonderful?
I
Yeah.
have an amazing person who helps me too. So I can't take all of the credit for myself. I choose, and I have wonderful people that I get advice from
Yeah.
that help me in so many ways. So
Yeah.
that's really important for people to know too. Ask if you don't have a certain talent or skill, or if you want to improve, ask. Find the person that's the best and ask. So
Right.
that is another thing that I've really enjoyed.
So,
Another
wait,
thing,
wait, hang on a second. Tell us what some of the articles are that you've written about.
how to be positive in a negative world, is a big one.
Okay.
Leadership and leading with the heart. There are several others. How to manage in this time, how to manage employees, how to really have the best kind of employees that are really tied into your company,
Okay.
not just workers. There are many others. I love business, and thank God I was very successful in business.
Right.
Mhm. So it doesn't come, but it's really how you treat the employees. And so there's a number of different articles on that, of how we treat. the people that we work with, and processes to do certain things also.
Lovely. Okay. What's another thing that you've done? We've got 2 down.
Well, this was out of my wheelhouse, but I decided that I wanted to add even more joy to people's life. So I have built a Shopify that is just about to go online. It's called bestpetsource.com.
Okay.
And I'm having a contest with kids and pets, and everybody can share it and like it, and adding joy to people's lives. Fun, pets and children, fun.
What's the contest?
The contest is they will win this beautiful pet bed that, we're going to do it for a month from August 30th to September 30th.
What do you have to do to be in the contest? You have to send in a picture or something?
You send the photo in, then you...
a photo of you with your pet.
Well, a photo of the child, no older than 10.
Okay, with the pet?
With the pet.
Okay.
Fun, cute, all different kinds. The more likes and shares they have,
okay,
then the one that has the most, and tagging, the one that has the most gets a pet bed. And these are like $129. So that's the value of it.
That's great. You're excited about that launch.
I am excited too, because it is another way. I'm always looking for ways. How can we enhance? How can we have more fun? How can we enjoy life a little bit more? So I thought this is a beautiful way, because nearly everybody loves pets and children. So what a better way, and fun. I mean, this is real and it's fun. So
I can't wait to see the pictures. That really will be fun.
Yes.
Now, how are people, is this going to be offered up on Amazon?
No, it's, well, one, it's 2 different things. It is a Facebook, and I haven't released it yet, a Facebook. And then if they want to buy any pet articles, it's different pet things and pet owners.
So through your Facebook page?
Yes.
Okay. And then
they can just go.
They can just go?
Daycourse.com.
Okay. All right. So you'll advertise it and push it out through Facebook, and then people will be directed over to your webpage where they can then do their purchasing and fantastic.
Isn't it?
Yes.
So I was thinking of what else can I do? And actually it's taken me a long time, because it was a total learning lesson that I knew absolutely nothing about. And so, people would say, well, why would you want to do something like that? You're comfortable. You don't
I'm incubated. Because I'm incubated. My creative mind is searching and soaring. Right?
That's very true. And always my bottom line is to add more joy, more fun, more better experiences in people's lives.
Do you have anything in your pet source for fish? Because I have Mr. Flurfy.
No, I do not, but we will have to look. And I have a girl from the Philippines that's helping me. So there again, find people who can do what you want to do and help you in these processes.
Right, exactly. That's great. I love that. I can't wait to see it.
So within the next few days, it will
really? So this week?
Yes.
This is like a gangbuster announcement here. So next week we're talking about and featuring on here. We're going to do a screen share next week on that website, so that everybody knows. Oh my gosh, Tessa.
Yeah. So it's fun. Again, it's fun. My goal is always to find more and more things that people can enjoy. And again, this was something that was a learning lesson for me, or a learning
experience.
And finding, and it's really opens whole new doors. And I suggest any person, don't ever get old. Always be interested in learning and growing, and that will keep you young forever.
You made some sort of a smart alecky comment to me the other day about how you were older than me, and I thought, You are not. What are you talking about?
Well, you just keep saying that. That's
Yeah,
okay.
we're both like 37 or I don't know, 33 or something.
38 is a good,
Yeah.
38.
Okay. Well, I think that when you're alive and vibrant and you're committed to optimism, and you are like, when you're talking about drinking in knowledge and drinking in all these affirmations and statements and exercises, it's like taking a glass of water, drinking a nice, tall, cool glass of water on a hot day when you're parched. And if you think of life that way, then when you drink in that water, it's going to every cell throughout your body. This is absolute cellular functional medicine. You are hydrating every part of you, which is a source of life and oxygen. Drink it in. We need to drink it in. During incubation,
Yes,
drink heavily, air and water.
I agree. And I want to share something else that I do that I think a lot of people, and they can follow me,
Okay.
but every single day I post 3 or 4 positive messages
Yes, you
because,
do.
again, there is never any kind of controversy, never any political, religion,
Never.
any kind of thing. But every single day is another way for me to make a difference in people's lives. So if you want to follow me, it's tessagreenspan.com. I have nearly 5,000 people already, so I can't really accept a lot of people, but you can follow me if you want
Yes,
positive
exactly.
messages. And I suggest if it sings to you, copy and paste it, share it, do whatever you want, but let it sing to your heart too.
So you gave them your website address, which is tessagreenspan.com. But what we're talking about is Facebook, which is Tessa Greenspan. And
Right.
by the way, when you search for Tessa and you go to Tessa Greenspan on Google, you're going to find an incredible array of places to find her. And when you search for her on Facebook, you're going to find that there's multiple pages, and her one page that is epic and so, like, so well known and so well followed and so joyful is her personal page, which is Tessa
Yes.
Greenspan. And from there you'll get led to all her other pages,
Yes.
which are her business pages. And now she's going to add to the banquet table and add the
Yes.
best pet source ever.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
That's great. That's great. That's wonderful. All right. We have time for one more thing that you've done that you want everybody to know about.
Well, one of the things that I feel really strongly about is that I have touched base and called a lot of people that I have not talked to, that I really, you get so busy that
Yeah.
you really don't touch the people's lives that you really love.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have so many people, so I've made it a point for 1 or 2 people every single day that I haven't talked to in a while to call them, say, how are you? How are you doing in all of this? And
Yeah.
so and also to tell them, I love you. I
Oh,
want you to know how much I have appreciated you, or all of the different kinds of things. And so that to me is one of the most wonderful things that I can do, because we never know what other people are going through, first of all. And we don't know that if people have the same ideas of making the most. Maybe they're lonely.
yeah.
Maybe they're discouraged. I don't know, but it's one thing that we can all do that I encourage every single person to do. 1 or 2 people every single day. Make a difference.
Isn't it lovely when you do that? You and I have both been doing that and talking about it this year. And one of the things that's so amazing, we both use the word love a lot and say I love you, and it's never disingenuous. It's always right there because our hearts are full, so they're brimming with sheer ability of love.
Yes.
And one of the things I think is so cute is when you say to somebody, I absolutely just love you. I just love you. They go, oh, oh. And I mean, not all the time. Sometimes people say, oh my God, I love you too. I was going to say it first, or I'm so glad you said that, or I love you right back. But when people are really taken aback by it, it's so, it's so telling how important it is, because
Yes.
it's hitting their ears and their mind and their heart in a way that says to me they need to habituate to this. They need more of this.
It's true. And it's really important to not say it unless you really mean it.
Oh my gosh.
So, I mean, you can just say, I appreciate you. Do not say that unless you mean it with all of your heart and soul.
That's right.
Mhm.
Don't be playing games with people's hearts. It's not
That's true.
nice. Yeah,
That's true.
right. Well, Tessa, we've had another power packed show, and now we're at the tail end of it. Any final words of wisdom, love, and experience?
I would say tune in every week and just get your cup of joy.
There you go. I was thinking cup of coffee, but I think cup of joy is even better. That's fabulous.
Mhm.
Well, Tessa Greenspan, it's delightful to have you as my co-host. I love you dearly, and I love Tuesdays with Tessa.
Thank you so much.
You're right. Okay, friends, we are going to sign off, and we're going to say ta for now, and we will see you back here next week, same time.